Perfect. Sounds good. Okay, so we'll kick it off. Good morning, everybody, or wherever you are. Good evening, good afternoon. It's Saturday for us here. It's been a while since we had a community AMA. We just had a special AMA with our Angels the other night, which was great. So we're really excited to talk to everybody today. As usual, this AMA will be recorded, so please let everybody know if they miss it. That they can get a listen. There's going to be some really important information here that we're going to talk about. So quick update on really just the protocol and where we are. So obviously we all know that the pre-sale didn't go as we had all hoped, but we were fortunate during that time that we were able to launch our, I'll call it our landmark token, CGLD. And since then, things have gone very, very well. We've been able to almost double our liquidity for where we started, and even when we had launched sort of the token on a protocol or a prototype type basis. And then we've also been able to start earning revenue for the protocol, which has been fantastic. So we've been able to not only increase the position, our overall position of CGLD, but we've also been able to mobilize some capital for operational costs. On the CGLD end as well, we're working on some other things. One of the biggest features that we're working on right now is a mint and redeem feature. And this is, as I said in the Angel discussion, this is a reality and it's actually in the works. We've been working really closely with LB, our lead dev, and we hope to have actual testable code very, very soon. So the plan with that will be that once we receive that code, obviously we'll test it. It will then be audited. It'll be tested some more, and then we'll be able to go live with that. And really what this code is on a mint and redeem. Think very similar to what you could do with certain stables where people are going to be able to come and mint CGLD with likely USDT, USDC, or even PAXG. And then on the other end, participants are going to be able to come in and actually redeem their CGLD for those same tokens. So it will almost be a cycle with this mint and redeem, and it's going to be essentially completely decentralized, which we are really, really excited about. This is going to be a huge deal for collective finance and our C tokens. When you look at the situation currently, it's hard for large positions to either enter or exit CGLD because of price impact. What we're going to be able to resolve this essentially with the mint and redeem option. It also creates a new passive and ongoing revenue stream for collective finance, which is huge. So as people enter or exit via the mint and redeem function, there's going to be a small fee on that. Those fees, we have a breakdown or how those are going to be used, but they'll be used to help with the over collateralization portion as well as provide revenue and fees and rewards for our participants. So that should be coming out soon. The mint and redeem will probably go through more of that in a little bit. We've also been looking to expand CGLD. Everybody knows that really our goal was to increase the circulating supply and the liquidity of CGLD, not only on Arbitrum and other DEXs, but also cross-chain. I'm really happy to tell everybody that we've already been in discussions about this, in particular on Arbitrum, and we have a direct path for that that's already in the motions. I can't really give a whole bunch of details yet because we're ironing things out, but just know that the team has been working on that expansion and that we have some really definitive things in motion that we'll probably see very soon. From the protocol investment standpoint, I think we've been doing very well. Our Kyoto position that we have has probably tripled in value at this point, which is fantastic. We have been able to make a protocol investment into the DEX that we're hosted on right now, ArbiDEX, which has been great. So we're actually using their single stakers and earning blue chips there. I don't have a definitive numbers update on Vertec. I'd have to actually get those details from NP. He's helping manage that position. And then within the portfolio, we're going to have what I'm going to call a secret weapon. We've been in discussions with actually somebody who's a good friend of ours and colleagues and one of our angels, that we have a very, very interesting and what we think could be lucrative portfolio investment on the near horizon that's going to involve trading that we feel is going to be really unique and provide amazing rewards for the communities. So, and then with regard to our core team and community building and engagement, I just want everybody to know that Grady remains on as our CMO. He's not only going to be working on traditional branding, marketing, advertising, but working really closely to build out our community and community growth and community engagement. And everybody's going to see a lot of that start to come out really more aggressively over the next few weeks. So that's just a quick protocol update, I would say. I'm going to take a second and catch my breath. Crip, Chrome, anything that you guys want to add on updates with regard to the protocol and where we are right now before we hop into sort of protocol direction?
Yeah, I would just say that, I know that it's been somewhat quiet, but it's a good thing. Typically when things are quiet, with us, we're building in the background. So, we're trying to find that balance, because we're just constantly searching for the next place to head for the protocol. So we take it really seriously. So and we look at it more like a business, in my opinion. So it's kind of tough to have that balance because yes, we are in DeFi and everybody communicates through Discord and loves the updates and whatnot. But then we're also, given that our team isn't like super huge, we take a little bit more time on the back end building, and Chrome's kind of our lead dog there. He does a good job. But as far as maybe myself or Doc or NP, we're just, we're kind of in the background lining everything up on the back end as well. And we relate it to Chrome, and he knows everything. But sure love having him and especially Grady. So as far as updates, we're going to get into a lot more, I think, in this AMA. But I would be excited if I was in the audience because it's going to get pretty neat.
Yeah, we have some pretty cool stuff coming for community engagement building and kind of some giveaways and stuff like that just being planned out right now. So yeah, look forward for some pretty exciting stuff in ways that you can kind of engage more with the ecosystem and earn some rewards while doing it. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
And as far as expansion goes, I do want to touch on that a bit. I've been talking, I was in an AMA with another protocol, and we're looking for expansion, maybe not just cross-chain, but also on Arbitrum. So, that's our goal, is mass adoption. So it takes to be as many places as we can to get mass adoption.
Yes, well said. And that's in motion and actually have some pretty granular stuff already being worked out. So fantastic. Thank you, boys. All right, now we're hop into the meat and potatoes of this, sort of the protocol direction and where things are going with collective finance, right? I'm going to sort of skip over the angel part of this for now. We'll get into this a little bit later. But obviously, after what happened with the pre-sale, we weren't able to raise the funds that we all wanted to, right? And during that time, we as a team had discussed among ourselves what are options with regard to potential pivots and how can we be flexible in order to still move forward with the thought process and underlying ideology of collective finance, and produce not only growth but rewards for our participants and community members. And how can we get everybody involved? So what we have done is over time, we've discussed alternative options for this, and we have decided to make a pivot in the way that we are going to launch collective finance and make it accessible for all of the community while still keeping our underlying principles intact. And what we've decided to do is move essentially away from the native token route and more into an NFT-based platform. So how does this work, right? And how is this going to work? Well, just imagine where before we would have our native token CLF, and then you would have that into the lock staking program of XCLF, and that's how those rewards would come back to participants. We're essentially going to replace that with, instead of having CLF and XCLF, there's going to be NFTs. And obviously, everybody here knows already we had our NFT collection, both the Angel NFT and the CGLD NFTs. So as we go to roll out collective finance in the way that we want, we're going to do this through our NFT platform, basically. And what we've done is we've redesigned this so that all of the yield and all of the rewards are given back to participants through these through the NFTs. The revenue mechanisms are going to essentially stay the same, where we have the vault and we have the portfolio. I think we've significantly expanded on the vault, in particular on the mint and redeem, and those fees are going to provide significant revenue. We're also going to be adding certain other options such as auto compounders and things within the vault so that we're going to increase our revenue just beyond the traditional emissions, right? The portfolio being our on-chain assets that are mobilized to earn yield is going to stay essentially exactly the same, right? Where we have, as we discussed before, the different mechanisms, whether it's bot trading, yield farming, Forex trading, and we also have that sort of secret weapon now that I'm going to go back to that will be providing revenue from the portfolio standpoint. And then the treasury becomes more so the protocol bank than really driving revenue than anything else. So what does this do for us as collective finance? Really what this does is a few things. Number one, it makes this cleaner and easier to execute from a team standpoint and from a protocol standpoint. We don't have to be concerned about a token price. We don't have to be concerned about that dumping. It also keeps us more in what I would call an exclusive or private type of arrangement, right? Where people who want to enter are going to be able to have access to the NFTs. And then these NFTs are going to have a whole different, a whole more newly designed, robust reward system that's built into them. So getting into a little bit what those rewards would look like, we had discussed something similar with our angels. So then imagine that the NFT, the rewards, they're going to be composed of different components. So there's going to be a percentage of the mint and redeem fee. There's going to be a percentage of the portfolio profit. There's going to be a percentage of the profit from the vault. There's going to be discounts on the mint and redeem fee. And then there's going to be a varying sort of group of different bonus distributions based off of protocol success. And that will be really just how quickly and how rapidly we succeed. We're going to do this through two sets of angel NFTs, right? We are two sets of our protocol NFTs, those being the Angel NFT and the CGLD NFT. We have the Angel NFTs already essentially to be minted, and those are going to be distributed out to our angels. We've already discussed that. We are also going to be instituting a very limited supply of 15 Angel NFTs. So that's going to be used to provide revenue for the protocol so that we can mobilize and increase liquidity for CGLD, as well as get into the portfolio to start earning yield. Our large collection of NFTs right now, we have it, and Chrome, please correct me on this if I'm wrong, but it's set up as hard coded that there can only be a maximum amount of 750 NFTs. We are still working on what the final price is going to be for those NFTs, and if we want to launch all 750 of them at once. We likely think that there's going to be a whitelist sale and then a general sale that we have coming up with. The price point of entry on the CGLD NFTs will be much lower than what it is on the Angel NFTs, obviously. So these will be accessible, we like to think, for most people. And the planning, the timing for this, what we want to do, it's really our goal to try to roll out the mint and redeem function first. In order for us to increase CGLD liquidity and sort of to put another feather in our cap, and then roll out the NFT, the main NFT sale after that. At that point, we will have a functioning protocol that is providing revenue and growth, and we'll start to putting yield at. So we expect that that's going to be pretty significant. Let me go through my notes here and take a breath and see where else I want to go through on.
Yeah, let me just do a quick summary here, just to recap some of the things that we've went over. So yeah, basically with C Gold, we're going to see some new features coming out like mint and redeem. We've seen lots of growth and lots of people being excited about the token. So our flagship, basically C Gold token, is going exceedingly well so far. We have plans to change over and essentially remove the CLF token and go to a more NFT focused model that'll bring a lot more simplicity, ease of access, and probably a better growth and expansion rate for us. As we've seen with the pre-sale, wasn't so hard. I think it was because of a little bit of a complicated system and not degen enough for a lot of people. So kind of switching over to a more sustainable NFT model, we won't have to worry about price fluctuations or tokens getting dumped or anything like that. And then, yeah, we have the special round of Angel NFTs for sale. So if anybody's interested in getting some Angel NFTs, you can reach out to us. It's going to be a very limited and very expensive sale. So yeah, just contact us if you want to be a part of that.
Perfect. Thanks, Chrome. A few other just quick things as well that I wanted to point out. Number one, use cases for CGLD and revenue streams. There is going to be additional pools coming out with CGLD. What we have a particular pool. Chrome, Crip, you think it's okay if we talk about sort of our next pool we want to launch? Let the cat out of the bag here.
Yeah, I think that's fine because we've already discussed it with RBDex. So
perfect, yeah. Good. So our plan, guys, is that whenever we do this, guys and girls, sorry, I should be more appropriate. Whenever we roll out and do our NFT sale, the next pool that we're going to launch is going to be a wrap Bitcoin CGLD pool, and we're me personally, I'm looking forward to this more than anything else. I think it's going to be the first pool of its kind, at least that I've seen, where you're pairing Bitcoin and gold. And it's also going to provide another use case, right, for CGLD. We've already talked about this with Arbidex, as Chrome said, which is great. This is also going to increase volume on CGLD, right, because now there's going to be unbelievable arbitrage opportunities for everybody, right? So not only is this good for our ecosystem and the protocol, but it's a potential money-making opportunity for participants, right? So when you look at the way it's going to be set up, our fee for mint and redeem is likely going to start around 2%, and over time, as volume and liquidity increases, that will drop down. But it's going to offer participants multiple ways to enter and exit, right? That being either through the mint and redeem or through these liquidity pools, right? So depending on price action and depending on volume and liquidity, it's going to offer significant arbitrage opportunities. And this is going to help us organically keep the price of CGLD where we want it to, right? This is really important for all of you community participants because all of our NFTs are going to have discounted fees on the mint and redeem. This is really, really important because this provides those holders a significant advantage when it comes to arbitrage, right? If you're able to gain a point or two on any of these, on any of the movement, it provides a significant opportunity. So we're really excited about that part of it. It's sort of subtle, but it's going to be a great advantage to our NFTs. one of the features we're going to be building into our NFTs as well is going to be almost a borrowing or a renting type feature, right? Where imagine that you could take your NFT and that somebody wants to come in and buy 25, 50, 100K worth of CGLD. They don't want to go through the price impact on an LP pool, and they would rather cut that 2% fee down. They're going to be able to rent or essentially bribe people to use their NFT in a short fashion, to be able to do that. So it's another revenue opportunity that we have there out of the NFTs. So our D app too, we didn't talk about that. Our D app is actually mostly completely built, and it's actually functioning now. It's fantastic. It looks great. And we're going to have all of these features built into the D app as well. So for example, if you're an NFT holder and to come claim your rewards, you'll be able to come and put your NFT on the D app and stake them. Our auto compounders, which we will have auto compounders for essentially each LP pool that we have. We're designing these that they will be the lowest amount of fees out there, and they will be accessible and integrated through our D app. Also, all of the metrics, the data metrics with regard to CGLD, the collateral, and where that will be integrated into the D app. Final thing on my notes here I have is the over collateralization. We've spent so much time on this in the past, and one of the things that we've determined is that our 5 to 10% over collateralization number is not only somewhat arbitrary, but it's also likely sort of wasted capital that's sitting there and not going to work. So we have basically figured out a system in order to maintain this over collateralization model in a healthy way and in an ongoing fashion, and actually give back to our community through the NFTs. And oversimplifying this, essentially what is going to happen is that there's going to be a small percentage of every portion of mint redeem that will be used to essentially buy PAX G and add it to the collateralization pool. What this will result in over time is that collateral will just continue to go up and up and up and up. One of the things we've built into our bonuses with our NFTs is that once that collateral position reaches a certain point, we will be able to pull from that while still leaving the pool over collateralized, but sort of taking a little of that extra, and then it will be distributed to all of our participants who hold NFTs, right? So we think we've figured out a really fantastic way to maintain the collateral and increase the collateral, and then provide that back to our community once it reaches a certain point, right? So just I didn't mean to go down a rabbit hole there sort of on the details about this. All this stuff we're working on updating, the white paper, the infographics, the landing page and the website. So everybody will see these updates on there real soon, likely within the next week. We are going to try to provide estimates as well on ROI and what you can expect to see from these NFTs. I told our angels that by the numbers we've done so far, if things say just went average, just okay, we feel that it's going to be around probably around a 3-month ROI to break even. If things go above average, that will be much quicker, a month and a half type. So our goal is to provide for no matter what NFT you hold at Collective Finance, our goal is to get back your initial ROI as quickly as possible, and that these NFTs will serve as ongoing passive yield for everybody. We are going to try to pay out NFTs in CGLD and Bitcoin to start, okay? There's a reason behind this. It's going to let people further compound their rewards into these liquidity pools to earn more yield if they would like. That can be up and open for discussion as time goes on, both through our angels table as well as governance, right? We can adjust those rewards really to be what the community wants, but we decided at first we're going to start off Rewards that are earned from the vault will be distributed as CGLD, and rewards as earned through the portfolio are going to be distributed as wrapped Bitcoin. Our treasury will also be holding a few angel NFTs as well as some of our CGLD NFTs. This will be used for revenue to pay for operations as well, so everybody knows. So I think that is literally the last thing I have on my notes, and I should probably shut up for a few minutes.
No, I think that was great. I think we basically covered anything. If anybody has any questions, just drop them down. But yeah, as Doc said, we'll be working on updating all of our front-facing stuff like the white paper, infographics, Discord, landing page. Essentially, everything is it's starting to be worked on, so you can expect to see those within the next week or two. And yeah, we just got lots of fun stuff, and we're super excited to share with it.
Yep. Yeah. And just so everybody knows our thought process around this, we think that through this model, we're actually going to be able to give back more than we would have with the first model with a native token, right? Because that native token price can be so volatile, and it could potentially require resources, financial resources from the protocol side to maintain. When we move into this NFT model, it's not so much. We don't have to maintain that native token, and we can really just focus on providing yield and growth, right? The other thing to think about whenever everybody sees our projections with regard to the yield on these NFTs, I would have you keep something in mind, that the idea behind this and how we have it built is that those will grow over time. And conceptually, it's easy to think about this, that both our vault as well as our portfolio positions are going to be growing over time. We will be compounding those every month or every few weeks, right? However, the circulating supply and the number of NFTs will not be growing. That will be finite, and it will be set. So what does this mean? This means that in month 3, when the portfolio and the vault are worth more in value than they had been prior, that means they're earning more rewards. That means there's more rewards that can go out to the same amount of NFTs. That means more rewards on a per NFT basis, right? So you don't have to worry about any dilution. And then the final thing about this is that, look, these NFTs are going to be, the rewards will follow the NFTs. So they're going to be liquid, and there will be markets for these. So people will be able to sell these whenever they want. Right. And I guess the last thing I'll leave before we move into the questions, we had an amazing talk with Madrid the other day. They're going to be launching or having their launch pad come out. We hope to be able to potentially do our NFT sale through their launch pad, which would be really great, and it'd be pretty unique. So that has not been set in stone yet, but that's really what we're looking for, and we hope to do. So with that said, I'm going to be quiet. And please start typing questions. If anybody would like to come up on stage and ask questions or talk, completely fine as well.
Yeah, 100%. Go ahead, type your questions anywhere, and we'll get to answering them. If anybody has any ideas or suggestions or feedback, go ahead, drop it here in the server, and we'll get to reviewing it and get back to you. We'd love to hear what you guys think. We think it'll be a pretty good switch for us, as you don't have to worry about your liquidity position losing value and all that. And I think with these NFTs, it's not going to be worrying about the floor price going up or down, because they're just utility focused NFTs that are going to be earning you passive rewards over time. So I think this will take a lot of the sting away from people being worried about their position or worried about their initial, because the whole goal is that we are going to try and get back your ROI as quickly as possible, and then everything after that is just pure profits and passive earnings. So we hope everybody likes it. But if you guys got any feedback, ideas, suggestions, we'd love to hear it. Kind of a little bit of a switch for us on the marketing point. We know that lots of people came in for pre-sale, but we think we can switch this up pretty good and provide something as we've always wanted to. It's just providing safe, secure, and backed rewards. That's why we want to do Bitcoin and gold, because that's what we've always been talked about, is beating the market, hedging against inflation, as the US dollar continues to fumble itself and gold continues to get stronger. We think it'll be the perfect direction to start rewarding people, and something that's strong, It's not going to be, you know, degen 10x stuff, but that's not what the bear market's really about right now. So about stability, transparency, honesty, and, you know, longevity. That's what we're here to provide.
Yeah. And we have some positions within the portfolio, just so everybody knows that have those 10x potential, right? So that exposure will be there as well. We actually just recently made another portfolio investment, you know, that we're on Arbitrum that we're pretty excited about. So yeah, this will be great. It's going to be a way for everybody to, in my opinion, like I said before, get better exposure to collective finance than they would have as well. The other thing we're trying to consider, as I mentioned, there is going to be a whitelist sale for these NFTs. We are looking at ways that we can, if you participated in the pre-sale, right, that we're going to be able to potentially roll that over into the whitelist, right? So for all of you that did participate in the pre-sale, don't worry, we're trying to work out something for you too.
Awesome. Yeah, I think we pretty much covered all of the info there. Just expect to see some updates, some new graphics, new information in the white paper, and all that fun stuff.
Good. I'm going to throw it out there, Grady. If you have anything you want to say or anything you want us to cover, feel free. If you don't, no problem at all. I can't believe out of everybody out there is not one question. How about this?
I know, I'm sitting here going, it's like, what? There's no questions. That's great.
How about how about just some comments for people that we have in the audience? You know, what do you think about this? Are you excited? Are you disappointed? Are you nervous? We'd love to know sort of the community members feel. We had a good response from our angels the other night, right? So we're really curious to hear from the community. And if things need changed, we're always open to doing that. But everybody should know we've been thinking about this for a long time. So, because we didn't just come up with this last night.
Yeah, definitely good to note that we've been planning out stuff for quite a long time, and it was even one of our first thoughts when launching the whole project of collective finance was to go with an NFT model or a native token model, and we decided to go with the native token model. But now it's looking like the NFT route is kind of the better option here.
Absolutely.
Harleen asked if we could sum up the first 20 minutes for her real quick. What was that?
Yes. I think the first 20 minutes, in particular, Harleen, was mostly about really an update on the protocol and where we are. We discussed about CGLD, how things have been going well. Our liquidity has increased. There's been limitations because of price impact, right? And how then we were going to the mint and redeem function was going to be really on the near horizon for that, and that was going to really change up that game, provide arbitrage opportunity as well as fees and revenue for collective finance. Expansion of CGLD, getting onto other dexes, expanding on Arbitrum as well as cross-chain. We have already have some of that stuff in motions. And then we just gave a quick summary on our portfolio investments. We have an investment in Arbidex. Our Kyoto investment is probably tripled. And we have what I'm calling our secret weapon from the portfolio standpoint and some trading options. So that's a quick. Oh, Grady's up here too. Welcome, Grady.
Yeah, thanks. I apologize. I'm driving in the background here. So, but you guys did a great job covering from a product standpoint the changes that we have. I just wanted to chime in a little bit on a marketing standpoint, where our focus is and where we're growing. Moving away from a pre-sale push, a token sale push is a massive blessing for us, especially because of the shift in direction towards the NFTs is actually really interesting. And from a marketing or a product packaging standpoint, there's some precedence within the community space of running community-driven NFTs for access. These aren't that at all. Of course, the access to the community is always open, but these actually allow access to the revenue of the project, which I think is very unique, without the utility question and the security question of an index token, a native token itself, excuse me. So very excited about that direction and what that allows us to do on a marketing side. What it does, where our focus goes to now, is really building a strong organic push focused around the community. This is where you're all part of the whole process of building out collective finance as a whole. As you can see, the core team is kind of here just to guide and direct the project as we continue to launch out tokens to drive more revenue across over collateralized commodities. But our job as all members, both within the core team and within the community, is to attract and find a strong audience of individuals interested in two kind of things. Stores of value against fiat, whether it's digital fiat or traditional fiat like US dollar. That's where commodities really make sense, but also the passive earning opportunities that it creates. And so as a group, we're all going to be focusing around building out content to drive people into the community. And as a community, then it's up to us to help to continue to educate new members and also interact with traditional members around the idea of those two things: finding stores of value, how to maximize those in your portfolio as a percentage of your portfolio, but also how to utilize stores of value then as revenue earners, yield drivers within our portfolio as well. And so that's the main topic we're continuing to explore. And by all means, you're all involved in it as much as any of us on the core team. And the marketing team, as we start to build out and refocus now, is going to build a lot more on traditional long form content, meaning we're going to write some more articles, do blogs explaining what we're doing because it's slightly differentiated from what the market is seeing today. We're going to be doing less direct promotion of the tokens themselves, but still promoting the performance of them. And immediately in the future, we're driving opportunities to close on the NFT sales so that we can create more revenue to start to do advertising into markets that we haven't even focused on today. And so what that means very directly is we believe that not only amongst the crypto native community of holders, you find a good crosshash of people looking for those two things: stores of value, yield earning, but also across Asian markets. We know in European markets, we know this is a very common way to invest as a whole. So getting into traditional investing audiences in those markets, I think, is going to be really successful in helping us grow, as well as looking across non-digital currency markets, non-DeFi markets. I've had similar success working within this gold audience segment across meta properties and really focusing on that as well, Facebook, Instagram. And so as a team, that's where our focus is long term. We know there's a couple of audiences we haven't even started to work towards yet. We're going to start to do that once we get through the fundraise with the NFT tokens. And if you have any suggestions, anything you can do to support it, as I mentioned before, the community is the engine that makes all this happen. On a marketing side, our goal is to drive audience into the community. But when it comes to like continuing to engage people, converting, and learning more on these two topics, stores of value, yield earning, it's up to us as a community to really pull together and drive the message of what CLF is doing. And that's, again, just to kind of wrap it all up. What really excites me about this project and makes it really unique is that use of the NFTs to provide access to community members to the revenue of the project without the entanglement of the securities issue of governance and such with a utility token. So super excited about that. And as always, if you have any suggestions you'd like to participate, please reach out to me direct on Discord or Twitter. I'm fully doxed at Grady Teskey, and I'm always open to hear feedback on what we're doing and what you think we can do further. So thanks for having me as part of the team, guys. Really appreciate it and excited about this project.
That was awesome. Good stuff. Thank you, Grady. And I just want to say, to everybody out there, how lucky and blessed we are to have somebody like Grady on our team. And these are the things that you really need in order to be successful and take stuff to the next level. So yeah, fantastic. Thanks, Grady. I'll leave everybody with, we're super excited, even though, as Crip said, we've been quiet recently, we've been going full steam ahead. Everyone will see a lot more content coming out over the next week. Please help us spread the word. These angel NFTs are going to be out and available now. We've already had a lot of interest. So as Chrome said, please help us spread the word. And if you know anyone who's interested there, let us know. And then we will give everybody, of all of our community members, all of you here, you will have the inside scoop as to everything that's going on. So you will hear it before everybody else, and we promise that we'll take care of our own, as the saying goes. So thank you to everybody out there, all your support. Every day I go into the Discord and see, and it just really makes me smile. We're really grateful and thankful for you all, and we're going to keep building here. And I promise soon this will be something really, really special for us all.
Yeah, that's awesome. We actually got one quick question. G Mun said, sounds awesome, super excited. When and where are the NFTs? When and where will the NFTs be available? So that's where we're looking at a couple different places, like our, hosting on our own D app for the mint, but as well as RBDEX is, just getting up and started with their launch pad. And they said that our NFT mint could be hosted on their launch pad. So potentially could be within our own D app, or it could be on RBDEX's launchpad D app. And time-wise, I think we're going to look for a couple weeks, as we have lots of stuff to just update with the front-facing stuff. So I'd say just stay tuned in the Discord here. We'll be making up some more announcements, but probably the next couple weeks to a month.
Yeah, exactly. And the timing on the NFT launch, our first priority is to get roll out the mint and redeem and get that going, right? And we think we're even closer to that, because that's going to enable. I can't tell you, everybody out there, how many folks that I've had DM me about wanting to come in CGLD really, really big, right? And it's even hard to do that in an OTC type model right now because of the over collateralization, right? It would literally mean that the protocol takes a hit on that every time. So the mint and redeem, when it comes out, we expect volume to increase dramatically. So from a sequencing standpoint, we want mint and redeem first, then we want the NFT sale. Just from a business standpoint, if you look at it that way, it makes sense too. By the time we roll out the NFT sale, we're going to already have a successful protocol that has assets and that's earning revenue. So it'll be even more appealing for people to want to get in. So I know that doesn't give you a date on the timing, but it's more of a sequence.
Awesome. If anybody else has anything left to say or bring up or feedback or questions, now is probably the time. We've got about 45 minutes here, so I'd say a pretty good length. We can slowly start to wrap it up unless anybody else has something they want to bring up or talk about, anything like that. No, nothing.
Last call.
Oh, Cripsom said his mic quit working, but he was going to tell everyone we will provide a one-pager for these Angel NFTs. Once the 15 sell out, we will be pivoting to our sale of the BTC Gold NFTs. The Angel NFTs will be selling in tiers of 5. And so after 5 sell, the price will raise for the next 5. And then after those 5 sell, the price will raise again for the last 5. So if you're looking to get one, I'd say, reach out right away, because it's going to be the best time to get one.
Yep. And I'll throw this out there too. So, when we spoke with the Angels the other night, everybody knows, like, I'm an Angel by heart. It's one of the things that I love. So we designed our Angel NFTs and the rewards to be what I think are great and super robust, right? And that was a personal thing, and Crip felt the same way. And we actually went through and we thought they were good to start, and then we sort of stepped back and we said, no, we have to make these better. I just want everybody to know the CGLD NFTs are designed like the Angel NFTs, right? There's just more of them, and there's going to be sort of subtle differences, right? But the design of those is going to be the same. So with regard to the rewards mechanisms and sort of the amount. So we tried to make these that it's going to be relatively exclusive, and that's how we want it to be. So we want people to want to have these NFTs, and then when they're out there, that there's not going to be any more. So we're going to make them as fantastic as we can. So and you guys will have something really granular about that soon. Like I said, the white paper is being updated. we're not only going to include in there what the specific rewards are in these NFTs and have these one pagers, but we're also going to give some projections as to what potential yield and rewards could look like on those.
Yeah, that's fantastic. We did have one question. How much are each NFT? And so, yeah, as Crip is talking down there, we're going to start off the Angel NFT sale at 5K per NFT. And then the next 5 will go up by 1,000, and then the other 5 will go up by 1,000. For our C Gold NFTs, that's still being discussed right now, but you can expect it won't be nearly as much as an Angel NFT cost. We're looking more at like hundreds of dollars, something like that. Not an exact figure yet, but yeah, between it, like, yeah, probably less than $500 for an Angel or for a C Gold NFT, we'll say, most likely.
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement. And the whitelist sale that we do, those folks who get in on the whitelist will have access to the CGLDs NFTs at a discounted price to the public sale, right? So, and again, we'll be giving out all sorts of information on that. There's going to be plenty of opportunity to get in on the whitelist. We haven't given out one spot yet, so I don't want people to get nervous like they're missing anything. Where literally this is the first that we're telling sort of everybody about it. So, and we're going to build up the hype and everything out there as well too. Yeah, and there'll be, and then if one of the other things is how many of these NFTs do we sell, right? So here's a perfect example: the Angel NFTs per code. There's a maximum amount of 100 that can ever be minted. However, we decided to only mint 66 of those, right? And there's no plans on minting the remaining 34 as of right now. The same sort of philosophy could be used for the CGLD NFTs, depending. So we haven't decided on that final number yet, but it could be up to 750.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. So, yeah, last call for questions, feedback, suggestions, anything like that. We'll get back to you. Other than that, just stay prepared in the community. There's going to be lots of stuff coming out. I think, as Doc said, we'll be releasing some more info about, the whitelist, how to get a whitelist spot and all that stuff. I think we can expect probably, some events and stuff to get whitelist spots, as well as being able to purchase one maybe. But yeah, that's kind of up to how we decide to run that. We'll be releasing all that info very, very soon though. And then, yeah, if you're, want to be a part of the community and stuff, just stay tuned, because we'll have some more exciting and fun things to do and some prizes to go along with it. So yeah, it's going to be a great time. This is a good AMA, and thanks, Doc and Crip. I think we can probably start to wrap it down here.
Oh yes, I have to talk about this real quick for Crip because his mic doesn't work. So in the chat there, Crip dropped it's a gold Lambo, right? So this is actual. I'm going to probably describe this wrong because I'm not a car guy, but the carbon fiber that they use to wrap this thing has actual gold strands in it, right? So there's this, I guess, this novel boutique Lamborghini dealer somewhere close to where Crip is. And so, yeah, that is a real gold Lambo, right? So my personal goal is that one day that would be the collective finance Lambo. So we'll see if we can get there. So, but that's a real gold Lambo. Matador, maybe you could do some meme work on that for us, my friend.
All right. Yeah, you guys got any last closing statements here? I think we could probably close her up now.
Nope, nothing from my end. Thanks everybody for coming, and please spread the word that this is recorded and folks can go give a good listen, because there's going to be a lot of questions, I'm sure.
Yeah, as always, it'll be up on YouTube probably within the next few hours, and we're also going to have a nice little summary recap posted as well here in the Discord, as well as on Twitter. So yeah, if you want to just get the little rundown of what kind of we went through, then yeah, recap will be posted pretty soon after. Or if you want to listen back to the recording, that'll be live. Other than that, thank you everybody so much for coming in. You can expect to see some more AMAs, some more stuff in the community, just all around, some updates and changes, and lots of fun stuff coming. So yeah, as Doc said, spread the word. Mouth of word is probably some of the best marketing. The best organic marketing out there is just letting people know like how great a product is and how much you like the team behind it, stuff like that. So we'd really appreciate it. That's as what the community can do to help make things better overall. Other than that, I just thanks everybody. It was great, and looking forward to our next one.
Yep. Enjoy the weekend, everybody. We'll talk soon. If anyone has any questions, you all know where to find us.